Ever find yourself wanting to talk about your big future plans in Spanish, but you kind of freeze up, worried it's going to be super complicated? Well, what if I told you it's actually one of the easiest things you can learn? Seriously, today we are diving into the simple future tense, and I promise, you're going to be shocked at how easy it is. Let's do this. So yeah, that's the big question, right? How do you talk about tomorrow in Spanish? You want to say things like, I will travel, or it will rain. How do you get that will in there? Well, the amazing news is Spanish makes this incredibly straightforward. And the answer is the simple future tense. And yeah, its name tells you pretty much everything you need to know. It's all about describing actions that are going to happen later. This is going to be your best friend for making predictions, talking about your plans, even making promises. It's that versatile.
All right, let's get into the good stuff. This is the part you're going to love. You can just forget about all those complicated grammar rules you might be used to. Because for the future tense, there's basically one and only one rule you need to know. It's a game changer.
Okay, get ready for this. It's just 2 steps. First, you take the entire verb. I'm talking about the full infinitive form, like hablar, comer, vivir. You don't change it at all. Then, step 2, you just stick an ending on it. That's it. No cutting off the end, no weird stem changes. You literally just add the ending to the whole verb. And here they are. The magic endings. This is the best part. These are the only endings you need to memorize. It doesn't matter one bit if the verb is an IR, ER, or IR verb. The endings are exactly the same for all of them. So for I will, it's always a. For you will, it's always us. One simple set of endings for pretty much everything. I mean, come on, how awesome is that?
Okay, so we've got the formula down. Now let's put it to work, right? Let's see how this thing actually operates out in the wild. And the first big use case? Predicting the future.
Yeah, think of this tense as your own personal linguistic crystal ball. You're going to pull it out anytime you want to talk about what you think will happen. It could be a simple guess, a forecast, anything from the weather tomorrow to whether or not that big project at work will succeed.
Let's look at a classic example, something you'll hear all the time. Mañana lloverá. So the verb for to rain is llover. All we do is take that whole word and add the ending for it, which is a, and boom, you get lloverá. It will rain. See? Super simple.
Okay, how about another one? Let's take the verb ser, to be. Now, if you've studied any Spanish, you know ser is like the king of irregular verbs, right? It's always doing its own thing. But guess what? In the simple future, it follows the exact same rule. You just take ser, add that a ending, and you get será. It will be. So you can say something like, El proyecto será exitoso.
And for all you travel lovers, this is perfect. You can use that exact same structure to talk about your trips. El viaje será interesante. The trip will be interesting. You're predicting good things. But what happens when you move past predicting and you start making actual plans? Well, that brings us to the second major use. Because this isn't just about guessing. The future tense is also your #1 tool for declaring what you will do. This is all about your plans, your intentions, and saying them with confidence.
So you see the shift here, right? We're not in crystal ball mode anymore. Now we're declaring our plans. This is for when you've made a decision. It's about firm plans, things you fully intend to do.
And here's one I think we can all relate to. Yo estudiaré más esta semana. So you take the verb estudiar, to study. For I, the ending is e. Slap it on the end, and you get estudiaré. I will study. It's like making a promise to yourself, a real statement of commitment.
It works for other people's plans too, of course. Check this one out. Ella visitará a su familia mañana. The verb is visitar, to visit. The ending for she is a. Put them together, you get visitará. She will visit. A clear, scheduled plan. And let's get back to travel, because that's always fun. Ellos viajarán a Antigua el próximo mes. So you've got viajar, to travel. Add the ending for they, which is an. And you've got viajarán. They will travel. You can almost see them booking the flights to Antigua right now, can't you?
All right, so that's pretty much the whole shebang. We've got the super simple formula and the 2 main ways you're going to use it. So let's just do a really quick recap to make sure it all sticks.
Okay, so when do you use this thing? Just remember these 2 key situations. First, for making predictions, what you think will happen. Second, for stating your plans, what you know you will do. Predictions and plans. That's it. It's really that straightforward.
And there you have it. You now have the tool, you've got the simple formula, it's in your hands. So the only real question left is, what will you say first? What's that first plan, that first prediction you're going to try out in Spanish?